Hello everyone and welcome to our new section which is called binary heap. So with this lecture we are beginning to learn binary heap. In this section you will get a deep knowledge about binary heaps, which includes creation of binary heap, common operations on binary heap, insertion and extraction of a node in a binary heap. Now in the first lecture let's see what is a binary heap. So let's get started. So by definition a binary heap is a binary tree with some additional properties. Now we know that in a binary tree the top property is each node of binary tree has either 0, 1 or 2 children. So automatically a binary heap has the same property. That is, in a binary heap each node can have at most 2 children. Now here in case of binary heap there are some additional properties. So first property of binary heap is a heap property, which says that binary heap is either minimum heap or maximum heap. In a minimum binary heap the value of root must be the minimum among all presented in binary heap. The same property must be recursively true for all subtrees over here. And similarly, maximum heap is similar to the minimum heap, but in this case, the value of root must be the maximum among all values present in binary heap over here. Now the second property of binary heap is that it's a complete tree. So this means that all levels are completely filled except possibly the last level, and the last level has all keys as left as possible. So let's say this is our binary heap and here we see that all levels are completely filled. So in the first level we can see that we have only one element, so this means that this is completely filled. In the second level we have 2 elements and this also, so we can have at most 2 elements. We can easily see that this is also completely filled, and in the third level we can have at most 4 elements, and here again we can see that this is completely filled. Now when we continue to the last level, in the last level we see that we have only 2 elements. But we can have more elements over here, but these 2 elements are located as left as possible. And because of this property, it becomes an ideal candidate for array implementation. Because in case of fixed size array, we typically want the maximum number of cells to be filled. And we don't want cells to be empty as they occupy space in the memory. Since this is a complete tree, it will ensure that most of array will be filled. So it's an ideal candidate for array implementation. So here we have learned that a binary heap is a binary tree which carries the properties of binary tree that each node have at most 2 children. And apart from that, there is one more property which says that a value of given node must be less than the value of its children. So in this case it's called minimum heap. So in the case the root is greater than its children values, in this case it's called maximum heap. So from this picture over here we can easily see that this is a minimum heap. In this case the root node is less than its children. So here you can see that 5 is less than 10 and 20. And similarly for left subtree, 10 is less than 30 and 40, and 30 is less than 70 and 80. And it's applicable for right subtree as well. So here again you can see that 20 is less than 50 and 60 over here. So this means that this is minimum heap. But in case of maximum heap, root is greater than its children. So hopefully you have understood what's a binary heap. Now the question is why we need a binary heap. So let's answer that question. So let's say we have a problem like this and we want to find minimum or maximum number among a set of numbers in log n time. And also we want to make sure that inserting additional elements does not take more than O log n time complexity. Now the question is what solutions we might have to solve this problem over here. Now the first solution that comes to our mind is that we can store the numbers in a sorted array. And we can simply find the minimum number in the sorted array over here. So if I sort the array like this, we can easily find the minimum element in even O one time complexity. So you can see that it's even better than O log n time complexity. But here we have a problem, because whenever we are inserting a new element to this array over here, it will take O n time complexity. Because here, in case of sorted array, we have to find a specific location for an inserted element over here. So in this case, it will take O n time complexity. So let's say we have an element of 5 over here, and we want to insert it to this binary heap over here. Now, when we are inserting this one, if this is a sorted array, we have to insert it at the beginning of array over here. So if we want to insert it at the beginning of array, all these elements over here must shift one step right. So in this case, if we are shifting elements one step right, in this case, it will take O n time complexity. Now you can see that the second part of this problem over here is violated. So this means that array implementation is not the solution for our case. Now let's look at the second solution. So in the second solution, we can store numbers in a linked list in a sorted manner. So let's say we have a linked list like this, and we can easily find the minimum number from here in O1 time complexity. But in this case also, whenever we are inserting an element to this linked list over here, we need to find a specific location. So for example, if we want to insert 4 over here, we are going to insert at the end of this linked list. So this means that we have to traverse from the first element until we reach the last element, and we are adding it after the last element. So this means that in this case, it will take O(n) time complexity. So in the worst case, it will take O(n) time complexity. So this is not the solution for our problem over here. So the only solution left is binary heap. So with the use of binary heap, we can find the minimum or maximum number from set of numbers in O log n time. And the power of binary heap is, when we want to insert a node, it does not fail as an array or a linked list. It guarantees us that the insertion will take O log n time complexity. Now hopefully everything is clear about why we need a binary heap. Now let's see real-time problems of binary heap. Now in this case, these are the few problems that can be solved using binary heap. So Prim's algorithm, heap sort, and priority queue. Now without knowing binary heap, these problems become extremely difficult. So we are going to solve this problem using binary heap in our upcoming lectures. So now before diving into the binary heap, let's see the type of binary heaps. So there are two types of binary heap. So the first one is minimum heap and the second one is maximum heap. So as we mentioned before, in case of minimum heap, the value of each node is less than or equal to value of both its children. So we can easily see that the binary heap over here, which is on the left, is a minimum binary heap, because in this case the root is less than its children, and here again other nodes also are less than their children. Now the second type of the binary heap is maximum heap. So it's exactly opposite of minimum heap. That is, the value of each node is more than or equal to the value of its children. So in this case, the tree on the right is maximum heap. So in this case, you can easily see that the root node is greater than its children, and here again this node is greater than its children, and the right node is greater than its children, and it continues like this until the end. So in case of maximum heap, the maximum number is the root, and in case of minimum heap, the minimum number is the root. So hopefully with this lecture you have understood what is a binary heap and why we need it. And here also we have learned the types of binary heap. Now in the next lecture, let's learn common operations that we can perform on a binary heap. So see you in the next lecture.